Welcome. It's Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. We got a new thing on here that has a teleprompter. Let me turn it on and see if it works. Okay, check this out. Okay, all right, let me turn on. All right, go. Can a brother remove the president of a social club? Today on Black Dragon Biker TV, we're diving into MC protocol and questions that require clarity, not emotion. Can a brother MC remove the president of a social club? And along with that, oh, this thing needs to go faster. Can a brother MC shut chapters down? Hold on, it's not going fast enough. Can members be removed? Where does influence and authority begin? This conversation is about structure, respect, protocol, and boundaries between motorcycle clubs and social clubs, not rumor, not ego, and not internet mythology. We'll also address another question circling across the set. Can a mosque bless a 1% motorcycle club to be on the set? Today, we take a look at a rumor involving a mosque that has allegedly blessed a 1%er motorcycle club onto the set, and we'll talk through what that would mean, what authority religious institutions do or do not have in biker protocol, and where such culture... Oh, what? I turned it up too fast. Oh, wow, I turned it up too fast. There's no way. Oh, yeah, you can back it up. Okay. And where... what authority religious institutions do or do not have in biker protocol, and where faith, culture, and MC structure intersect or don't. No disrespect, no sensationalism, just honest discussion. This is one of those shows where protocol gets clarified, influence is separated from authority, rumors are examined logically, and the set talks to the set. If you've ever questioned how far authority reaches, how decisions are supposed to be made, or how outside institutions factor into MC life, this is the conversation. Wow, I got to learn how to use that thing. It was pretty cool. All right, we'll be back in a minute and 7 seconds. We got new toys, man. New toys here on this wonderful platform. StreamYard has a brand new teleprompter, and I just used it for the first time. How did I do? A, B, C, D, or F? Hey, I'll be back in a minute and 7 seconds.
Black Dragon Biker News. It's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name is Black Dragon. Started the day they had hit the scene, repping Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath MC. Where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes. Prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says kick Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Well, alrighty then. It's good to see you all. I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to welcome you guys from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. And please allow me to introduce my co-host, the amazing police commissioner, candidate, no longer candidate, District 2, the incredible Lavish T. Williams. What's up, Your Honor? And also, we're the only MC protocol and MC channel in the entire world to have our very own doctor in the house, Dr. Logic.
What's up, everyone? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Lavish?
What's happening?
Williams.
Morning, Your Honor.
I don't know about being a judge, nothing like that, man.
Don't you have some sort of hierarchical name now? Your Honor,
Commissioner,
the Honorable, something like that. What's up, Fit to Ride? Good to see you. Kenny, good to see you. All my good people, everybody that's on this morning. Grumpy WI Biker.
What's up, Fit to Ride? Fit to Rap. I had to shout out. That's gonna be my partner on my podcast right there.
Insane Wheels. Oh, you're gonna have. Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, I need to talk to you guys about a guest host that I want to bring on.
Logic. Listen, I just wanted to laugh at this. I'm doing my podcast tonight with the Rough Riders. We're going to recap the Biker Bash, that everything is over with. On YouTube, Lavish T. Williams, and on my Facebook group, Lavish Biker Bash. But I heard you talk about your podcast. Now, when I was talking to a few of the Rough Riders last night, I laughed because I said, yeah, we're going to start at 8 o'clock. So, my 8 o'clock is really 7:50, 7:55. And they laughed and they said, I know because you like to be on time. I said, yeah, because at 8 o'clock, I'm trying to hit the live button, man.
I know where you're going.
I'm just saying. So I'm just hoping that Logic is, and I'm pretty sure that he will be on time.
Oh, when we start, we starting.
Yeah.
Just boom. you forgot. Watch this. Mine's is automatic. You forgot the tools I use. Mine's automatic. If I tell it what time to start, it's gonna start automatically. I can be sitting here, oops, and I'll be live. It say nah.
You can get Lavish T. Williams channel down here in the ticker. Lavish T.
There
Williams
it is.
on
Thank
Facebook,
you.
Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It'll be on what time tonight? 7:57.
8 o'clock. I will be hitting the live button at 8 o'clock. My guest will be in the green room between 7:50 and 7:55.
That's outstanding. That's beautiful. I'm glad, and I'm sure that's just going to be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, has it warmed up any there?
It was 1 degree this morning when I woke up on my way to the gym. It was 1 degree.
It was 1. It didn't go up 1. It was 1.
It was 1
here. It's 37 here.
I had traveled through Dallas-Fort Worth last week, and I tried to see the preacher. He was sick. Somebody was sick at his house. And then like a day later or something, all of the phones for Verizon went out, and then I was gone. But I did travel through that area. What?
Lavish.
Yeah.
Since he brought it up, he be throwing himself in the fire.
What did I do now?
He called me. He told me he was in retirement. I said, "Oh, you are?" I said, "Yeah." I was coming over there to do the show at your house. He ain't asked Jack.
I said I would have come over to do the show at your house.
I was going to come over there and do the show at your house.
With you. Yeah.
He didn't ask.
What do you need to ask? You're working every day. You get up and go to, do I need an invitation?
Yes.
Man, I might have my wife working in her room. I'm working. We both working at home. Okay, I might have my grandkid over. I mean, I'm not a grandparent, but
I do not bring men into my home that do not know my daughters or my wife. I got a bunch of ladies in this house.
That's true. I agree with you on that.
Now,
I don't want to have to bring somebody in here and then they be carting them out. Sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't mean to say
no.
that.
So with that logic, I do want to say this: me being a guy, and having female friends or dating women of any sort who might have any daughters, I do not like to go over to their house.
Mm-hmm.
You can come over to my house And even when the lady is like, well, it's just me and my daughter here, or you can go by the house and pick up something because my daughter is there. I do not do that at all. Listen, it's various different reasons why. One, a female lie on a guy is hard for the world to believe the guy at any capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I don't trust dudes, so I wouldn't even want to have a woman, even though she might trust me. Listen, I'm still a guy. I know what I would not do, period. But don't even get into the habit of trusting men at all. No matter how cool you might be. I done seen so many different stories of guys, dating the lady, and then end up trying to talk to the daughter, or I don't even want to be nowhere in that kind of vicinity, period. So I get it.
I agree. I in 10 years of dating Tia, I never, not one time, ever spent the night at her house or stayed overnight in any capacity at all. So I agree. And, I've dated throughout my life. I have never really done that. First of all, there are some things you can never even recover from, and the accusation of impropriety.
Hold on, Black Dragon. I know you said you have never spent the night over at Tia's house. Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's a difference of spending the night when the kids are gone versus I've never spent the night. Now, I might have to wonder, Tia, what you got going on that I ain't never spent the night over there? Something ain't right.
I had a place. She came to my place. I never spent the night at her house. She had daughters over there, but yeah, nope, never did. Anyway, moving along here, we got two subjects today that were interesting. I got a message, and I thought it would be an interesting topic since we don't have a heavy news day today for MC Protocol, and that is, and I think this is interesting because a lot of these social clubs are getting. A lot of new social clubs are coming into the biker club world. And a lot of these folks and social clubs and brand new motorcycle clubs don't really have a good background or education in what is going on. And a lot of times, if you don't know what's going on, people can pull the wool over your eyes on a lot of things. And people will do it. Like cops, when you get pulled over, if you don't know that you have the right to remain silent, they're not going to tell you. If you don't know that you have the right to refuse these guys searching your car, you mind if we search your car? That very seldom do they say, you have the right to tell us we can't search the car. And you do know that you have the right to tell us at any time that the search is over. They don't tell you that. When cops used to be on, and I guess it's back on now, when cops used to be on, I used to just get so angry at people I would see. And they would say, can we search your car? And the people would be like, you could see they didn't want their car searched, but they didn't think they had any choice. Do I have to let you? Oh, it's on you. I mean, no, you don't have to let me. They don't do that. So knowing your rights, knowing your rules, knowing your responsibilities, knowing what you can do and cannot do is paramount to the amount of liberty and freedom and happiness you'll have. People will keep you in the dark for their own reasons to either exploit you or put their own agendas on top of you, or just because people are just mean or uneducated themselves. A lot of times it's the blind leading the blind out there. So when we see these new motorcycle clubs and new social clubs come onto the set, a lot of times they really just don't even know what it is that they can do or what it is that's against the rules, or what is just stupid, or what is just a lie. And then a lot of these clubs, these social clubs and new clubs come on the set, and they're given, these terms like you can't be a motorcycle club unless you pay some sort of money, or unless you support another club, or the thing that's happened to social clubs across the set is you can't be a social club unless you are hooked up with a so-called brother club. And it never started out like that. And I wrote about this in my book, Social Clubs Bible. It never started out like that. It really became an issue when social clubs started outperforming motorcycle clubs, and social club parties started being bigger than motorcycle club parties. And guys would go hang out with a whole bunch of women before they would go hang out at the same night at a big motorcycle club function. They'd go hang out with all the women, and so it became an issue. And women in social clubs got put under some of these incredible rules and stuff that really don't reflect motorcycle club protocol on the set as we know it at all. So,
I was going to ask. I know you covered social clubs in the earlier program, and I know I probably missed about a couple of minutes here. But one thing I always, I guess, always questioned or wanted to know, not wanted to know because I've been told, but why is it now? Besides y'all say before y'all say it's the money, it's the money. Yeah, okay. But why is it that social clubs are more? Why are they held to MC protocol more strict than any other social club or any other organization that doesn't ride a motorcycle? Is it because of their interaction with the motorcycle club community?
Well, I think it's a couple things. One is because they're women, and women have always been marginalized on the, not always, but since about the 60s, women have been marginalized on the biker set as this is a men's thing and this is where we're going to be, and you're not going to have any big kinds of rights here.
But they're a social club. That's what I'm getting at. See, what you just said describes to me, and ladies, please don't take this wrong. What you described to me is a woman that rides. This is a man's thing. Well, we're not talking about riding. We're talking about social club. We do events. We do outreach. We do that. We don't ride. I'm not talking about the ones that ride. I'm talking about the ones that don't ride.
But they're social clubbing on the biker set, which means that the way the biker clubs see it is your guests here. I mean, where do social clubs operate? Inside motorcycle clubhouses. On the set where motorcycle clubs hang out, all of this stuff put together by motorcycle clubs or bar owners or whatever. Very few social clubs have clubhouses. I think they should all get one. If you got your own home, can't nobody tell you what to do.
That's not true. That's not true. If you're gonna hold them to the same requirements as protocol under protocol, then yeah, you got your own house, but an OMC can come and say, look, hey, nobody's gonna come to your house. You need to do that, blah, blah, whatever. They will extend their rules onto you.
But that's not protocol either. So that's some new within the past 15 years shit too.
So the men just punking the women then.
Well, yeah, that's what's happening. Unfortunately, that's what's happening. If you let that, there are some social clubs that don't let that happen to themselves. And one of those things is if you belong to an organization, and like if you have to have, and it gets kind of murky because it's not really all that clear. I can remember when we first had social clubs and I got mad at a social club president and decided to fine her. But how do you fine somebody that's in a whole complete different organization than you? How do you remove a member or a president of an organization that was voted in properly by the ladies in her organization? How do you justify walking in and removing that person? Under what protocol does that fall? Under some stuff that was just made up as you was going?
A weak body.
Huh?
A weak body. And no one to stand their ground.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you said it.
Rhonda said.
100% there. Rhonda said a social club originally did it for sister club of the MC that sponsored that social club. Becoming an independent, the MC themselves is the one that blessed you to go to an association, which that's what happened to me. And I'm standing 52 years now. What's your excuse? Not sure.
So there's a difference between a social club that's connected to an MC and a social club that is just freelancing. If
Well,
that's
there are. I don't think there are any more social clubs that are freelancing, unless they were grandfathered in. Now on the sets, a social club um, must be blessed, not blessed, but must have a brother club to sponsor them onto the set. This is what has taken place across the country over the past 10 years, say. Um, Originally, social clubs just started out as a bunch of girls that would hang out with us and maybe would cook. And as they hung out with us and spent more time with us, they actually formed up their own things. And typically, social clubs, when you think of African American women social clubs, they really come from the days of slavery. They've been around for a long, long time, long before even motorcycle clubs happened. And one of the things I did in my book, Social Clubs Bible, is I took a long time to explain the history of social clubs as they affected African Americans' survival in the United States of America. Social clubs were originally put together by African American women who were not slaves and who would be rich by any standard. These upper class women would take care of black women that were and children and families that were on slave plantations and didn't have enough food and didn't have blankets and things like that. They were the first kind of charity that would go to the slave quarters and bring food and necessities and soap and all kinds of stuff. That's how social clubs started. And social clubs have a long history in America for doing everything from fighting against lynching. They were the first black folks to have newspapers and took care of children and housing. And
So would you call the
welfare and all
Black
kinds of
Panther
things.
Party a social club?
Huh?
Would you call the Black Panther Party a social club?
Well, it's not a female social club, which is what I'm talking about. But yeah, the Black Panther Party was a organization that did similar things 100 years after social clubs, after Black women's social club started.
Right.
Yeah. If you're in that organization under the MC, you're going according to the laws until you become an independent. But you do have laws. I do of AMC best sponsored that social club when an independent, the MC themselves is the one that blessed you to go to an association. That's what happened to me, and is this the same thing? Am I reading?
Almost. I think she extended it. I'm standing 52 years now. What's your excuse? That's connected to the museum.
And the social club that is just
That's
freelance. I think she's probably talking on the phone, or it's self-correcting her. I think that's what's going on. She's getting
Rhonda, if you're using the talk to text, it's gonna mess you up.
I think she's talking to text here.
If you're using talk to text, everybody knows it's gonna mess you up. Don't use it.
Connected to the museum. Yeah, you're using talk to text or something like that. That are free medicine.
He says, I am one of the first originally here in Northern California. There was no social clubs. There were no social clubs. It was sister clubs to the club that, that was connected to and sponsored you. Okay. They weren't called social club. They were called sister clubs. And that's, I don't want to take you off your track, your train of thought, Black Dragon, but, and if there's any OMCs out there, please correct Logic if I'm wrong. Why would a OMC have a social club connected to it when they have properties?
So that's stuff that's occurred over the past several years. Okay. It used to be that a support club was very closely connected and to a 1% MC, and it wasn't like you see today, where you have to, in some areas, you have to be a support club to join and to get blessed on the set. And so now what we're seeing is that's even happening to social clubs. And I personally wouldn't want a forced support club. It's somebody that was forced to wear my cookie. I wouldn't want that. It would be, to me, like, anything that goes down, they're going to be the first people to speak, to talk, because they didn't want to do that in the first place. Some people do anything to be in a club. Rhonda's talking about the old days, and she said back in them days nobody cared about no 1% or no outlaws because you usually didn't know what they were. Rhonda's speaking to a very important fact, something that was talked about at this last proc, is that no, we didn't see them. We didn't even know who they were. She says that correctly. We never saw 1%ers. They didn't hang out with us. We didn't know who they were. They didn't come and mess with us and all that kind of stuff. We were just really two separate worlds. And now we're not. She says here, back then nobody cared about no 1%ers or outlaws. Yeah. And so when we talk about how this has enveloped, yeah, they were sister clubs. And a lot of times we called them, if we're talking about California, we called them auxiliary clubs. And auxiliary clubs were part of the family. There wasn't really a whole bunch of independent, I think that's what she's trying to say. There wasn't a lot of independent clubs of women in the beginning. They were, when I remember coming in, and she's been in it 52 years. I've been in it almost 40. So she's got, 14 years on me. So, and that's pretty amazing. Like, I don't run into a whole bunch of people that can punk me out like that. But I can't speak as to what she saw 14 years before I hit the set. But I can definitely say that I remember in California where I came up in the set, they were auxiliary clubs, and every club. And so there really wasn't social clubs that I remember seeing back then. There was the Black Sabbath Women's Auxiliary. There was Brothers of the Sun, Sisters of the Sun. There was the Great Kings of Africa, the Great Queens of Africa. It went like that.
Those were connected.
They were connected, yes. And so they were part of the club, and they wore the same like cuts. Like they could, if we had a black cut, they had a black cut,
Gotcha. And were their patch similar to yours? And
some clubs, they had the same damn patch. But they weren't, it was still a men's club, but the men and women would wear the same exact patch. So
but they wouldn't be called, but did they ride?
No, they were auxiliary. Some rode
auxiliary. Okay.
But they were called the women's
so
auxiliary.
You could be in an auxiliary and have a bike and not be considered, quote unquote, a female motorcycle club.
You could be in the auxiliary and have a bike and not be considered a motorcycle club. Look at Rhonda. She said, I came in with a 3-piece. I had to go through procedures, and I had to go to the big shots to have a 3-piece. I'll call them big shots without calling names. I know who she's talking about.
Let me, I want to guide you back to your original question, if I could. Can a brother club remove the president of a social club?
Well, Lavish said it 100%. Lavish said it 100%. Yes, if you got a weak body.
Okay. Yeah.
If you got a weak body. So, but Rhonda brought up a very important point. If you get blessed by an organization and you agree to that, then you follow the rules of the organization you're in. One thing that I said in the book Social Club's Bible is you really have to be careful about what you agree to when you're coming into an MC. Are you agreeing to be part of the MC as its extended family, like the women's auxiliary? Like Black Sabbath had the Black Sabbath Women's Auxiliary, then we had the Goddesses, and then we had a motorcycle club of women called the Sisters of the Cross. So that was all the extended family, the huge extended family. And they belonged to the Black Sabbath president and the national president. So if you were in the Black Sabbath Sisters of the Cross and you were the leading first lady of the sisters, basically the president of the sisters, and the president wanted to remove your ass, he could. But if you were in, we also had a social club called Chosen Virtuous Queens, and that social club had its own president, and it was sponsored by us on the set. So the Chosen Virtuous Queens president didn't have any spot in her bylaws that said Black Dragon could remove her. And nor did the Black Sabbath have any spot in our bylaws that said that we could remove her, fine her, charge her money, pay due. We didn't have none of that. She was her own separate entity. And our job was to sponsor them onto the set and make sure they didn't get in trouble and look after them like a brother club, not overlord them like they were. And I tell you, when we first got started, it was tough to discern the difference, because if I'm responsible for you and I get in trouble, if you get in trouble, do I not have the right to therefore punish you or fine you or whatever the case may be? So it was really murky as these rules were coming in about 2009 or so, when these rules were all changing, maybe 2010, 2012. And it took a while to understand them. Now it's morphed into something that is ridiculous to me that I've been seeing. And a lot of clubs are in that. A lot of social clubs find themselves in that. And they're looking for some kind of respite. Like, what on earth can I do? Now, Yannick says a social club is a sister club that used to wear soft colors before they let them start bringing out patches. They were just there for the party and to bring in more people. But a lot of people put a patch on you because they say it is for protection. But if you're freelancing, you can get pressured. Social clubs are supposed to support and bring in money, but times have changed. I don't social clubs were never supposed to support and bring in money. Well,
where did the band? I'm here in Texas, and when I hear conversations about this same thing around here, and I don't want to prolong the social club thing because I can go down a rabbit hole. I used to hear that social clubs didn't wear patches at one time; they wore the armbands.
I don't remember them wearing patches. One day I just looked up and they had patches, and I didn't even understand how that happened. Now, Rhonda said in the early days, and so she's really kind of confirming what I said here. In the early days, there was no independent social clubs. They were sister clubs of motorcycle clubs. At some point, women started banding together. I wish I could know when. Women started banding together independently, and then so they were no longer the auxiliary. They were no longer the sister club to the motorcycle club. They were their own groups of women that would hang out, and they would hang out across all the clubs. They didn't have to just be with the Black Sabbath or everywhere the Black Sabbath went. They went. They hung out with the Black Sabbath. They went down to the Royal Aces. They might go over to the Brothers of the Sun, the Highway Kings, all the clubs I can remember back then. And they hung out with everybody. But that, I really didn't see a lot of that by the time I left California. And that was like 1999, 2000, when I left California. And then when I came back to do the movie Biker Boys is when I saw all that happening. And I couldn't really tell you when social clubs that were independent.
That had to have a start because you didn't see it in one region but saw it in the other region. The second region might have been it. It might have been that way.
It might have.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't remember really noticing it until about maybe 2004, 2006 is when I was like, oh, wow, they got their own colors. So I could have, it could have happened. Rhonda says, I was the first social club to ever go into Los Angeles, California in 1975. And she keeps saying, I'm still standing. They were MCs until they have them to become an auxiliary because they didn't write no more. Rhonda, you're not back in those days of classified as a co-ed club. I guess maybe some of those clubs would have been classified as co-ed clubs back in those days. This was in LA and Northern California. Up here where I'm at, it was classified as a social club in 1979. Going into 80, I am the first. Well, honor and respect to you.
Ain't gonna let you forget that, man.
Honor and respect to you.
So let me ask, Lavish, in your region, north, pretty much east, close to east, but But in your region, are they separate like that, or are social clubs connected to an MC?
Man, it's all right. So let me go back to how that was, man, around here. Because when people say social clubs here, social clubs in Detroit is totally different than social clubs everywhere else. When I go to other places and they hear social clubs and they speak on Detroit or social clubs around Michigan, I think that we are the only place that possibly got social clubs that are, full of men.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But yeah,
I'm not.
No, you're not.
Because when I go other places, people be like, y'all got social clubs. They got men in there. So at one point in time, you had a whole gang of social clubs that was just doing their own thing. And that was just it. They were just doing their own thing. But going back to what Black Dragon said, you had all these social clubs. They were having all the fun. They were getting all the traffic. Everybody wanted to go party with them. Long and behold, things shifted.
Out of jealousy.
So to answer your question, Logic, current times, most social clubs are connected to another club.
Another club. Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's just the best way that I can word it. From then to now, but then to answer your question, most social clubs are connected to another club.
You know, for me to understand it, Black Dragon, for me to understand it, and Lavish to understand this, for me to understand when I was learning social clubs versus MCs and how they start up, I had to bring it back to my fraternity. Because our lodge, Prince Hall Lodge, has our Eastern Star sisters. Right? Those are our sisters. We are fraternal brothers and sisters. Now, women can't join into, like, let's say regular Blue House Lodge, but for a Eastern Star Lodge to spin up, they had to have connection with one Mason, but we don't run them. So I was trying to
Mason or one lodge,
one Mason. It had to be like a worthy matron. I mean, a worthy patron. But we don't run their lodge. We don't run that. So that's how I was trying when I tried to.
Yeah, you don't run nothing.
We don't run that.
Just sit there for presidents.
It's totally different. So I'm trying to rationalize it.
Can your presidents remove can your equivalent of presidents remove their presidents?
You have nothing to do with them.
Nothing. Zero. Zero. Zero.
Yeah,
and so I was trying to rationalize it. I'm like, okay, is it like that? No, it's not. Maybe I don't know. So
no, it's not, man. I mean,
Hero Benson chimed in.
And Hero says that the West Coast didn't have social clubs on the bike set. The boogie social clubs of the time didn't want nothing to do with bikers. The bougie social clubs of the time didn't want anything to do with bikers until the 80s. That's when everything changed, which corresponds to what she said, because she said she was the first in like 1979 to be a social club. And I guess, I don't know, I didn't get to the set until 1989, and I just never really noticed them. I only really noticed auxiliary clubs, because that's really what I ever saw. I didn't really see social clubs until later.
When I first started riding motorcycles, before Biker Boys came out, back when being a biker was better, if you ask me, you had motorcycle clubs, and then you had people that rode motorcycles. that was it. And there was a difference, because you only had the people that were into, well, you had the bikers that was just in the motorcycle clubs that stayed to themselves. And then you had a very few of the people that rode motorcycles that went over to the motorcycle club. And when I say very few, it was not a large population. It was literally very few, because you had to be accepted in. You know, it just wasn't just so open to the public like that. And then, you know, when Biker Boys came out, and everybody wanted to do these clubs, I didn't mess around with the clubs, even with the, you know, the large, because everybody was clicked up in groups and everything. I didn't do all that. And then you had all the, you know, I guess that was just the era of all these social clubs and RC clubs and new motorcycle clubs. You know, everybody just popped up on the thing with these clubs. And then I don't even think that they were called social clubs, so to say. I don't even think they were called that. They were just clubs. And then I want to say, from my knowledge, from the way I see it, further down after the Biker Boys era, then you had the Sons of Anarchy era that came. And then when that era came, that's when everything Well, everything changed, and
When
now it's
everything went gangster.
yeah. That, so to say, yeah. So
It was Sons of Anarchy was the NWA of the
you
motorcycle
know,
world.
so when that came, then it goes back to what Logic asked me: is every social club connected to another club? Well, I think after Sons of Anarchy, then I think that a lot of people became connected to other motorcycle clubs.
But that really wasn't because of the Suns movie, because that really
No,
was
it
not.
just enhanced it. I mean,
Yeah.
you got stuff that was going on. We all know it's a lot of stuff that goes on under the radar. But as far as becoming mainstream, that's just from my perception.
So yeah, I agree with you. And so we come to the question, now that the clubs are up and established, like, who can remove somebody out of your club? I would say absolutely nobody. We're a separate organization. If you're an independent social club, we vote for who we want. We prospect our people. We vote for our presidents. No, you're not shutting down our president. You're not removing our president. You're not shutting down our chapters. But it takes a lot of strength to stand and say something like that, and not all people have that strength. So it really depends on your membership and how you back your sisters, and how you stand strong as an organization as to whether or not you're going to tolerate something like that.
I remember I used to actually when I joined the motorcycle club, joined my club after already being around, and I had my friends that were in these social clubs, and when I used to be around, I used to listen to the old guys. I didn't say anything, and all my social club friends, they'll come over and they'll come visit me over at my club, and they'll pull up and they had a motorcycle vest on, and all the old guys, they would just be looking, and they wouldn't have anything positive to say. They'd be like, "What the F is this bull crap? What is this? Who are these people?" And I usually, and then he'd be this one guy, yeah, they here to see Lavish. They here, that them his friends.
So let's bring up something that Rhonda was talking about, classifications, for a second. Back during Rhonda's time, a lot of how motorcycle clubs were looked at, people that weren't really on motorcycles were called social clubs, or junior motorcycle clubs were called social clubs, or riding clubs were called social clubs. I still hear OGs call them that today. You're either in a family club or you guys are a social club. They only really considered 1%ers real motorcycle clubs. So she said something that I found that was interesting in her statement. She said they called us social clubs because they wouldn't recognize us as motorcycle clubs. Where does she say that here? Right here. They classified us as a social club because they wouldn't accept us as an independent women's motorcycle club. And in the early days, and I still hear this, especially on the White Bike set, where they talk about family clubs or social clubs, they're actually talking about minor MCs or riding clubs or MCs that are family clubs. A lot of times you'll hear them call those social clubs. And so that term's still around. Now, Lavish talks about male social clubs. I remember the first time I saw a male social club, I was like, what is this? And those guys were not effeminate at all. They were a club of people who didn't ride, but hung out on the biker set. And it was interesting because they had colors and all kinds of stuff. And then down here in the South, have you ever seen the social savings clubs? So they have on their vest social savings club. And I said, well, what on earth is a social savings club? In some kind of way, they get together and save money together and pool money and make each other rich with these social savings clubs. They got
I've heard of things, a group of stuff like that where they have a thing, but I never tried to equate it to like a club, like like a book club, or a financial funding club, meaning like a group of people that just bonds and share thoughts and ideas. That's about as far as
these folks got colors, And
Yeah, I've never seen that.
they meet up. It's in the South, like I've seen it in Alabama and stuff. They have colors, and they're in the South, and they throw annuals, and biker clubs go to them, and so it's very interesting because now I even see car clubs with colors, and
No, they've been having those.
yeah, but I see them now with support patches on for motorcycle clubs. It's very interesting.
I didn't know. Oh, a car club that's a support of a motorcycle. Oh no, that's new. I never seen
Support
that.
of a 1% motorcycle club
I
walking.
know.
No, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Mm.
Now let me be clear from my perception, the way that I see it. You have traditional car club people that are not affiliated with this other type of car club. And when I talk about other car clubs, I'm speaking on car clubs that's strictly car clubs, you know, like the Majestics, Uso, Explicit, Rollers Only, Public Enemy, car clubs that are car clubs.
Mhm.
They got their own plaques. They do call stuff colors, but they rock they t-shirts. They rock their button-ups with their car club plaque on the back. Now, what I believe Black Dragon and me, what we're referring to, you have these people in these car clubs that's full of shit, bullshit ass cars, man. They might be the same kind of car, or they might be trucks of all sort, and then they come out the blue, pulling up to all these functions with vests on, doing all of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want, you know,
you got 5 Mustangs out there.
I've never seen their cars.
You might have 5 Mustangs, but they're not clean Mustangs. They're Mustangs. They're not like show car.
And you know
worthy.
What? And you know what? You know what, Lavish? You make a point, because one time I met one of those guys, and I said, "Gosh, what kind of car do you have to be in the club?" You know, I'm thinking he's going to say a Testarossa or something, you know. And he said to me, "Brother, it's not about the car. It's about the brotherhood." And I said, "Oh."
Listen.
So you might not have had a good, nice car. Oh, you might be right.
I can tell you this. To be a Majestic, you got to have a lowrider and a built car. And it got to be plaque worthy.
All I know is Mopar. That's all I That's all I know. Oh boy,
man, goodness gracious!
And
never happened up here in Northern Illinois. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Oh no, that wouldn't happen in Illinois. South Carolina runs everything over the MC.
That's social club, man. That's
social
South
club
Carolina.
runs everything over the MC world. I see it as a major issue over a fake diamond. Is he saying social club?
Yeah, he's saying South Carolina after he say Illinois.
Okay, forgive me, but that's interesting. I don't think that would happen in Illinois. I remember talking to Danny D'Lo a few times, and when he heard about stuff going on in the South, he'd just be like, "That's
where's my boy Swole?
Swole,
are you still on?" Swole. And I asked Swole because Swole's over there in New York. Because growing up, I was too much into the street stuff, not really motorcycle stuff. But I heard nothing. I really didn't hear the word motorcycle club. I knew there were choppers coming up and down the block. I knew that. I knew of them, but we wasn't interested in them. But I did hear a lot about social clubs, but I wasn't connecting them. You know, as a teenager, I wasn't connecting them to a motorcycle club and stuff like that. All of us wore colors, but they weren't vests. They were jackets. You know, we all did that. I mean, we did that up and down in Brooklyn. We did that in Syracuse. And, you know, I still have a couple of my jackets. Well, one. Yeah, I still have one of my jackets in the closet.
One of your gang jackets.
One of my jackets. I'm not going to say I was affiliated to any gang-like organization.
East Side Chemo said, "Nah, for real, they're not the car clubs from the 90s in Detroit when everybody's cars was clean. The new car clubs are trash." Man, they don't want y'all talking about their cars like that.
What it is, man, you got
different levels of car clubs, though. Just like, I mean, You got the car clubs. You got the vintage car clubs. They ain't riding nowhere. They're towing their cars
So
to an event.
here's the thing. You have car clubs, and most car clubs that are real car clubs, and you do have different levels of car clubs. But I'm going to speak more on the street side. And when I say street side, it has nothing to do with gangsterism. I'm speaking on just street cars that's on the street that you're going to see driving. You have the lowrider guys that's out there with their clean street cars, and then you go over there and you have the other type of guys that got clean street cars. You might have guys that got the Mopars, the Dodge Chargers, Challengers, 300s. You got the guys that got the Camaros, the Mustangs. All of those guys share one thing in common, that they keep clean, nice cars. And they're not going to be dented. They're not going to be tore up. Then you have other guys that just say, hey, I'm in a car club, and they riding around with some bull crap, man. Busted windows, hanging bumpers, decals on a back window, and they say, hey, I'm in the car club, blah, blah, blah. And they riding through traffic, driving reckless. Where you got the guys that's on the cleaner side that actually care about their cars, they're not going to be doing any of that kind of stuff. Those are the guys that when it comes time to park, they're not parking close to the door. They're parking at the back of the parking lot.
All right, let's change up. Let's change it up now. We got a picture in earlier. First, let's just take a moment to recognize one of our Moto Gato, one of our daily longtime viewers. Let's recognize him in his success here. Let me share this with you guys. Hey, man. I am honored and humbled to officially say that I am now a full patch member of the Shotgun Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club there in Dallas, and equally honored to be entrusted with the role of Sergeant at Arms. This is Moto Gato. This moment represents commitment, brotherhood, sacrifice, and countless miles shared with men who truly live by respect, loyalty, and service on and off the bike. I don't take this responsibility lightly, and I'm grateful for the trust that has been placed in me. A sincere thank you to Johnny Valentine Salazar, president of the Gunfighters Motorcycle Club, Panther City. Why do they call Dallas Panther City? For standing with us and being present at my patch-in ceremony. Your support and respect meant more than words can express. Brotherhood within the line of duty and across clubs is something special and does not go unnoticed. Congratulations. Congratulations on your new patch. What the hell is this?
I was trying to tell you, you had the wrong picture up. You just kept reading, man. So. I was trying to tell you, man.
Oh, this is the picture, though, right? This is
no, man. We see like
you see the stream yard. We see the stream yard.
Oh,
let me make an acknowledgement to Roguelite Nation. Put this up. I had this up on my stream as well. Give a shout out or condolences to the Outcast Nation for Nomad Grip 1%er. Gone to be with the Lord. Gone with the big 1%er. And
where do you see that? What time is that?
Well, I see it on here. He said it a lot earlier. So
I thought
all the way up.
Yeah,
I said it a lot earlier. Well, I probably almost like right after we came on.
I wish I hadn't missed that.
If I can, maybe I can find. Hold on a second. Maybe I can find. Let me open up another page, and I'll find the picture so we can show it.
Sorry that I missed that. To the Outcast Nation, we definitely send our condolences from the show and to the family of Grip 1%er. May he ride in peace. Here it is.
Here, I got the picture up on my page. Want me to share it?
Yeah.
Okay. Share screen. Share screen. Right there. Share. All right. Nomad Grip.
There you go. Let's have just a quick moment of silence. So we'll move to this. Okay, go back here. This is, I don't know why. Thank you, man, for telling me that. So this is him crossing over, and that's really cool. Congratulations, man, on your success and crossing over into your MC, man. Good job. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Okay, let's talk briefly about the block burners. I can't believe like they're 20 years old. Or like they're 20 years old now. That is.
Hey man, I'll be down there for the event, man. I need a room at the host hotel at the Courtland Grand. I'm putting that out there because all the rooms sold out. I don't want to be down the street.
I can't believe
I want to be right there.
2006 when I met Capone at his, he had like a garage, like clubhouse thing across the street from my my loft. And the first time I ever met him, they were having these models and a photo shoot there at the clubhouse. And I mean, I still have those pictures. I was a photographer back then. And oh my God, it was crazy. January, Friday, 23rd, doors open at 8 p.m. Block Burners Nation anniversary meet and greet is going to be Friday. There's VIP tables, free parking, live performances, hookah and drinks, high security. Now, this right here is, you can just focus in on that and find out more information. It's going to be at Club Atmosphere, which is at 286 Georgia, 138 Suite 105 in Riverdale, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning. There's going to be several things happening over the week. Then they have 2 Chainz, which will be live in Atlanta Saturday, 24th of January. This is the Block Burners 20th anniversary, and it has to be because I remember meeting them in 2006. I can't believe I'm this old. Block Burners MC presents 2 Chainz. Here, you can focus in on this thing here if you need to get some information. Live in Saturday, live in Atlanta, 24th, Saturday the 24th. That's this coming weekend. Turn Up in Atlanta, Block Burners 20th anniversary. Doors open at 8 p.m. VIP tables, free parking. DJ Bubby Love. And Bubby Love is a very loved DJ here in Atlanta from the big radio station here, the V103. And DJ Tarzan, I believe that is. Sponsors by lawbike.com. It's going to be at the Morrow Event Center at 1180 South Lake Circle in Morrow, Georgia, 30260. This is crazy. They got an event center. This thing is going to be huge.
Yeah, that's out there at near that place near Thunderheader. Oh, it's not even Thunder Tower Harley anymore. I believe they sold it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've been to that event. I've been to that event center.
And then the anniversary. Okay, yeah, this is at 8 p.m. Doors open at 8 p.m. VIP tables, free parking. Special guests, Bubby Love and DJ Tarzan. Yeah, so this is their party. This is what's going on. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. These guys have always thrown the biggest, baddest parties. So if you want to just really go to a big party that's thrown well, there'll be people stacked out the door for this party. You want to go hang out there. Many years ago, I met a lovely, beautiful woman there that I dated for quite some time. So there's going to be gorgeous females there for those that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, listen, if any of them block burners is on here, man, I need a room at the host hotel.
I'll get this man a room because he ain't gonna stop saying it.
Yeah, I'm just saying because it'd be somebody that's from Atlanta that's in there because all the rooms is booked. I don't want to go down the street a block away. I want to be where the pool party is going to be at. I want to be at the host hotel where all the action is at.
Is there going to be a pool party?
It's going to be a pool party.
That's not on here.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a pool party.
Angels and Outlaws need to clean this shit up in West Side County, Illinois.
You're gonna forget your last topic, man. We on running at an hour.
We had an hour already. We're
You
literally
didn't get to you didn't get to the other main topic.
Here we go. And we don't have to take a long time with this. This can actually go pretty quickly. So this may or may not even be real. It seems to me like this has got to be fake. But
Hey, I don't listen.
First of all, that's AI generated because this the lines
I don't know if this is real. I seen this. We laughed at that. That's in my area, in my town. If that was to be, that would not be for long. I'm just being honest. I know how they go.
Right.
The politics around here.
Right.
Okay. So it just wouldn't last long.
No.
This was on the page that it came up on. I think this is fake, but hey, the Mosque 9945 Werner gave us our blessing. And Ross Shorts, whoever this is, said, please don't play with the deen like that or the set. As you know, this is haram. But if you're moving according, then may Allah be pleased with you. But if this is some BS, then may the set be merciful
with you. I like how they put that.
So can a mosque bless a motorcycle club? I think that's an interesting question.
Hey, man, listen, I don't even pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah, well, what if you see this? What if you actually see this?
No, I see it in one of those bike groups. In one of those bike groups. Some stuff you just don't even pay it no mind. You just don't even entertain it.
I thought it was interesting. Lavish, why would you give Hi that? This is embarrassing. This is an AI logo. Oh, it could be.
That was not given by me, sweetheart.
Somebody, that's embarrassing.
I don't even know why she would even say that.
That's embarrassing.
Or put me on there.
No, Dearborn is in Michigan, isn't it?
Yeah, Dearborn is next door. That is not.
Lavish, why would you do that to your neighbors, Lavish?
I ain't even about to entertain that. They know what it is.
1%, we got the 1% on the back of the vest.
Well, this is maybe not so fake in this respect. We are seeing lots and lots of clubs pop up with 1% vests on.
I got a question.
I'm just speaking. It won't last long.
I got a question. With the Islamic Brotherhood, just like we got white set, black set, with the Islamic Brotherhood, if they decided to open up a motorcycle, and this probably is already out there, a motorcycle club, would they have to go to any of our dominants?
Yes.
Or create their own?
Yeah, and the first time they show up at a gas station somewhere and run into us wearing them colors, there ain't nobody fixing to be trying to hear Moss 429 bless me.
Right. Nobody's trying to hear about the camel. No one's trying to hear about that.
See, that's Lavish, y'all saying. I'm trying to give respect to that.
I'm just saying, man.
I will have no problem with y'all guys.
They would probably need to stay in their own backyard, like within their small radius. I mean,
they're not small, but see, Lavish, they're not small.
No. When I say their small radius, meaning like their area, their population, their community.
Yeah.
See, the community,
and you fall out of that when you ride to the gas station.
The Islamic Brotherhood community is vast. They're mixed in all communities.
Yeah, but they're not faster in the motorcycle set. On the motorcycle set. Go ahead, Larry.
You gotta understand. You know how you can be in a city and you have a small area where you might have your Asians that they take up a small population. Well, they have their area where they take up, a certain population as well, but it's not the majority. So, that small population with the heat that will probably the heat that will come on them. They're like, whoa, buddy. I'm not going to try to see Allah so soon.
What are you doing?
I'm going to give these back. I don't want these problems. No. Hey, come and tear up my store, my gas station. You gotta go. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just saying. It'll be like, listen, we're gonna join your club instead.
Yeah, they're not. You're not going to ride across the country in that. You're just not. You might. Yeah, they're everywhere. But are they going to be? Are they going to be in a caravan with you as you roll across the country? Because the minute you don't have them with you, and you run into a real live, and it doesn't even have to be a 1% club. There's a lot of clubs that are 99% that are going to take that down. It's just not going to happen easily. In certain areas, it's not going to happen at all.
Yeah.
So, but we do see
Saudi Arabia or something like that. we wouldn't be the majority at that point in time.
Yeah, they might take your cut. They might say that you might get messed up over there, but over here,
right?
But over here, you're not riding to Sturgis with that on. It's just not happening. So, anyway, but you may see there are organizations that don't understand this. We've seen this. We've seen some Masonic groups and stuff like that try to mix motorcycle clubs into what they're doing. Like, oh my, we're the such and such group. Let's have a motorcycle club, and they find out very quickly that you're not going to be able to put MC on you and not go through MC corridors. One of the reasons I've written all these books is to show people how to do it. There's a way to do it right, and you're going to do it that way. Or you're going to run into some folks that are going to have something to say about it. And those folks are generally more successful at stopping you from the nonsense. So I think we handled that pretty quickly.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, man. It's 12 o'clock. It's noon.
It is.
Go.
All right.
Make sure you tune in tonight, man, on my YouTube page, Lavish T. Williams. I will be podcasting live at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be recapping with the Rough Riders, seeing that I called the Rough Riders out last year for my Biker Bash. I never did get a chance to, get them on here to chat due to my school and the political campaign run. So I'm catching up on old podcasts that I need to do. And we're going to be kicking it with the Rough Riders tonight. So make sure if you're free, 8 o'clock on my YouTube channel, tune in. If you're not on YouTube and you're on Facebook, I'll be in my Facebook group, Lavish Biker Bash.
I really like your studio, man. It looks really good. It looks really good.
He ain't finished.
I don't even have no lights on in here. This is it. No lights. I have no lights on in here too, man. I still got a ways to go to get it how I want it. But yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
I like the colors and everything. Everything's popping. All right, man. Take care. Have a good day. And don't freeze. They said it's minus 18 up there in Minnesota on the Iron Range. Okay, Preacher, you ready?
Yeah. Yo, what's up, everyone? This is your boy Logic over here. Keep it logical. Listen, we send our condolences out to all those that have lost their lives out here on this motorcycle set. We don't like starting a new season, new year with the loss of brothers and sisters on the set. So from Black Dragon and the crew here, and from Keep It Logical, and from God's Warriors Motorcycle Ministry, we send our deepest condolences and prayers. While you're out there riding, remember these words: ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith, and keep it logical. Peace.
And it's your boy Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, my newest book coming out is The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs. The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs. It will be out in just a couple of days. Make sure to get it. The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs. Coming to a bookstore near you. It'll be available on Amazon Kindle, and your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. And it also will be an audiobook, The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs. And my newest book right now that's out on the street is a #1 bestseller already. It is called Robert's Rules for Motorcycle Clubs. Robert's Rules for Motorcycle Clubs. And it has just really taken off. I cannot thank you guys enough for your support in helping me with this book, Robert's Rules. It's for Motorcycle Clubs. #1 bestseller, #1 new book, in its class, all of those things. I'm looking for it right now. Motorcycle clubs. And so just thank you guys so much for all that you've done and for helping me get this this book up and running, man. It's really cool that you guys have done that for me. So I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. We will be seeing you guys on the return tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Let me find the proper button to get out of here, of course. Always lose it. Here we are. All right. Thank you. Peace.